Hello, everybody. I'm working on a presentation about redox reaction about batteries. So first of all, what is a battery? A battery is a creator of all the electricity power that contains one or more electrochemical cells that is used to start any power or any devices known as like cell phones, flashlights, TV remotes, cars, and so on. Batteries produce power through the responses of oxidization responses, or redox responses for short. Batteries are actually very useful for any eco-friendly climate. This leads corresponding to lithium battery. Battery is a investigation chemical electrochemistry. Battery have responses that every response have with their own oxidation number of molecules. The reaction by the last chemical stories are the same as ones that gain by the chemical species. Oxidation, half responses and decrease half responses to see full responses. You will add them all together to make it full equilibrium. The positive, the positive capacity of responses. This is a background about batteries history. There are two types of charges. One is a single atom will loss of electrons, while the second atom will accept the electrons from the previous atom. The other one is like two reactions of these like two atoms are always decreased as the oxidation and reduction. In the first place, a substance must be oxidized in order to get any type of reactions with oxygen. Our main goal is to find oxidization or oxidize. Today's extensive word is oxidation. Oxidation, it is defined as losing electrons. Mostly it loses like substance electrons. Most likely if an atom loses its electron, it mostly going to have a negative particle which will end it to increase to change it. More on history in details, the positive capacity of the responses. To test one of the off chances there is a reaction. We put copper in a recitable recitable. A silver covering is likewise creating on the copper plate surface. Silver plates particles change it over to strong silvers by electrons from copper. On the top of the copper, the product produces is silver covering. Copper ions are oxidized when electrons are lost, or bringing about copper caption that enter the arrangement. Copper nitrate, in contrast to silver nitrate, has a different distinction color blue. Positive voltage shows that responses happens rapidly and the energy is created. Nuclear power is to deliver as hotness as possible. Causes it means the glass has to feel warm, and solid diminishing specialties like receptive metals make great and and solid oxidation metals like platinum makes cathodes. This shows that profoundly positive responsible metal, the cell potential and the voltage created. Behind the two words of the day, oxidation, oxidization and reduction. There are two parts to the changes. One atom, most likely it's lost, loses the electrons itself, and another one is to gain electrons. The two parts are mostly described by their terms of oxidization and reduction. Originally, a substance was said to oxidize when it starts to reaction to the oxidization. Even today, the word oxidation used for these type of situation, but now we have a significant meaning of these two words. In today's world, the significant word is oxidization is defined as losing of electrons. When a substance lose its electrons, it charges the increase. It gives better increasement. This way sounds like it is backwards from, but remember the electrons are mostly negative or actually negative. If an atom loses its electron, it is also losing its negative particle. So the charges will be decreased. Background information more on atom or ion electrons. An atom or ionic gains more electrons through the charge from particles will that decrease. For example, if sulfur's atoms turn into zero, it will gain 2 electrons, which will change it or also not change it. The ionic will gain more electrons. Its charge will demand, which will increase due to these outcomes. The particles of the charges reduce and also gain more electrons. Remember that electrons also have negative charges, which will lead the electrons to gain more electrons. As a result of this, charge will start to decrease. In order for the oxidization and reduction to have any reaction, the electron has to transfer from one of the surface to another one. And electrons are usually transferred from substance to another. The process of the electrons. The second half of the process is electrons gain more needs by the name of each factor. When an atom or ionic gain more electrons, the charge of the particle goes down. For example, if a sulfur's atom charge in a zero and gain 2 electrons, it is charged because like the ionic gain an electron, the charge will change it to different. In both of the cases, the charge on the particle is reduced by the gain of electron. Remember that electrons have negative charges, so it will gain, so that the electrons will starts resolving to the decrease. The word reduction is defined to mean the gain of the electrons and reduction of charge. In chemical terms, these two processes is oxidation and reduction must occur simultaneously. The number of electrons lost in the oxidation must be the same as the number of electrons gained in the reduction. In oxidation reduction reaction, electrons are transferred from one substance to another. Below there is an example right here. You can take a look. The next chemical reactions. Batteries are devised by chemical reaction to the produce electrons energy. This reaction occurs because the products contain less potential energy in their bonds that the reacts. The energy produces from excess potential energy not only allows the reactions to occur, but also offer gives of energy to the surrounding. Some of these reactions can be physically arranged so that energy given off is in form of an electron current. These are the type of reaction that occurs inside batteries when a reaction is arranged to production an electron currently as it runs. The arrangement is called electrochemical cell or a galvanic cell. Here's my conclusion. In conclusion, batteries that utilize potassium particles, for example, K particle battery, and so many more. And occurring advantages that can be scoop energy stockpiling application. The specialized foundation to the improve of the battery power potassium batteries and exhibit the chance of huge particles like sodium as the charge potential for SIBS. In the main term, batteries are used for the chemical reaction and it helps to produce protons. These are my sources that I have looked through, and thank you for sharing.